So we just made it to the campsite after a whole day of travelling. Maybe got a fairy wren photo at a truck stop, believe it or not. We've just come in. It's about half an hour to 40 minutes until sunset, and the lady at reception has put us in a spot that is literally looking at the beach, and the location of this place seems amazing. And I'm not going to jump to any conclusions, but I think it's going to be our best park in terms of photography and location and just views and what have you. So I'm throwing together some camera gear quickly while Paul is setting up everything, hence the beeping. And then we're going to lock up and head down and see the sunset, because apparently it's the place to see it. Obviously I'm going to bring my camera because hopefully there's going to be some wildlife around with the amazing light and the amazing sunset. Not that I've got high hopes for it all, but let's get going. So I'm just heading down there myself. Right, so I've just walked out our caravan. Our motorhome is just the other side of this house. There's a gate there, and you come through and the sea's just here. Like, that's the sea. I'm getting excited about the light and the amount of animals you can hear. Well, birds mainly, if we're honest. And as I'm walking through, I've just seen a crowd of pelicans. So all these pelicans and birds and stuff seem to be waiting for all the fish that's being brought in. People are preparing them just here. So that's what all these pelicans are. Paul's being decidedly British and setting up a cup of tea first and then joining for the sun. Ooh. You want to watch that? It's hazards render. He's being decidedly British and setting up his cup of tea first and then coming down in about half an hour. Oh my god. There's a Kookaburra. So something I never thought I'd get to do is see a wild Kookaburra. I never thought I'd get to photograph one. But if you check just there, let's see if there he is. That little fella is a wild Kookaburra. I mean, less than 6 feet from me. In amazing light, so I'm going to grab another lens and get some good shots. So that's another thing off the bucket list. Kookaburra. Let me take a selfie with it. And I don't even take selfies, but I feel like I make an exception for that. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. The sun is setting over there. The pelicans are flying in and out after the fish that the fishermen are bringing back. I'm going to head over there, sit on the little pier, and try and get one of them flying with the golden light. Let's go.
You just got to be...
What they're about?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
heaps
okay.
of it, yeah.
Cool.
It's just got to be here at the right moment, you know?
Oh yeah, timing's everything. I mean, I got a Kookaburra today, so I'm happy. I'm happy with that. So that guy was just saying that there's a dolphin out that just comes in and sticks its head up and says hello. He said there was one just over there a minute ago. He said you just got to be in the right place at the right time. So I'm going to go sit on this little pier, hope, pray. And if nothing happens, I'm not going to complain because the view is stunning. So it's currently about midday, day 10. I think it's day 10, I'm really not sure. I've lost complete track of everything. I'm probably way off, but I think it's day 10. The big thing that we had planned tomorrow has been cancelled. We were going to be doing a once in a lifetime thing. We were going to be swimming with dolphins, wild dolphins, in this incredible bay called Nelson Bay, which is where we are right now. And ooh, what are you? Some weird looking birds just flew past. Yeah, so I'm currently a bit gutted. It's cancelled. It's cancelled because of bad weather. I know it seems a bit bizarre, but it's incredibly windy at the moment, and it means the seas are too rough, and it's just too dangerous to go swimming out in the sea. However, on a positive note, the place we're staying is absolutely beautiful, as you probably saw from last night's footage. We're also on like a little, not an island, a spit of land jutting out, so I've literally just walked around the other side where you saw being filmed yesterday, and this side is completely sheltered and there's no one here. It's just completely empty. So for the next couple of days I'm going to be spending time on this little island type thing here. So yeah, watch this space and we'll try and get some more photos and see some more wildlife, but I may force myself to go for a quick, very quick swim in that sea with the GoPro and see if there's any fish about. But this bit is incredibly sheltered and it's the most blue sea I've ever seen. I know it sounds a bit like a cliche, but take a look. So it's day 11, I'm back in the spot I said I'd be. I've been here for a while now. I didn't bother filming much because I was meant to be here for the sunrise, and as you can tell, there's not much of a sunrise. It's very cloudy. However, there is a tern flying around that I've been trying to photograph. It's been quite dark light and it's a dark sky. So for some reason it's been massively underexposed. So I've been exposure compensation +2 is what I've been using. And you can see how dark it's come out. So that's the kind of shot that I'm getting. But hopefully, if I hang around long enough, I might get a shot of him diving. But other than that, there's not much going on this morning, yet again. Hello. Hi. That sounded a bit funny. Let's try that again. Hello. So, I just had breakfast. I was sat here looking out the window that's now shut because it's too sunny, and I saw what I thought was some sort of eagle sort of swooping over. This is just as I'm sat in the caravan, or the motorhome, sorry. I thought, awesome. Hop out, have a look. It was a bit far photography, so I didn't really think about it. And as I hopped out, what caught my eye, sitting on the step, which I'll show you in a minute, was a Kookaburra again. I was like, awesome. Knowing how close I can get with them, I picked up this. So I picked up my little macro lens, which is meant for insects and close-up stuff, that has a really thin depth of field. And I went to town. And I hopped over. Oh. So it's still quite windy, which is why I did the intro in there. Hopped over the road here. It was sat on this. Oh, there's little birdies there. It was just sat on this step here, right at the back, behind this bush. So I took a few photos first, in case it flew away, and then I moved around the side here, and I got low, and took a photo through there. Tried a few different angles to try and get some nice bokeh, but it didn't really work. So I moved over a bit, came in really close, manually focused the lens to make sure the bird was in focus, and just fired away as the trees were moving. And the fact that it was these leaves were so close means that it gave a really nice bokeh, and I eventually got the shot that you see on your screen now. So it's always worth experimenting, and that's made my day because it's a cool species and it's a shot I'm quite happy with. So day 11 is a good one. We like day 11. But I think I'm just going to relax for the rest of the day for once, because wildlife in general is still quite scarce when it's this windy. So You never know, I may see you in day 12, or there may be some other unexpected wildlife encounter in day 11. But yeah, not bad. So it's currently day 12 and we're just packing up to move on to a place called Kookaburra, which is in the Blue Mountains. So it's a little bit away from the coast for the first time this trip. It's going to be our last location, but we're there for a few nights, so I should get to know the wildlife quite well. And apparently there's some really good bushwalks to disappear into as well. Not to mention some supposedly rare species of possum as well. But what I really want to see is a lyrebird, one that famously mimics the calls of things like chainsaws and things like that. The odds of me seeing that are very minimal, but we can always hope. So I've just got to pack up once more, 4-hour drive, and then hopefully get some photography going. Looking forward to this one. Oh, forgot to mention, end of day 11. Me and my stepdad went for a wander to see the sunset, and there was a pier that seemed to be disappearing into the water. I don't know if it's because of the heavy winds that we've had recently, or if that's just how it is. But there was a little heron walking around fishing, and there was a man fishing there as well. So I took my chances to get some like silhouette shots, something a little bit different that I'll throw on screen now. Not something that I usually do, but it was something fun to try, and you've always got to try new things, otherwise how do you ever get better? Anyway, on to Kookaburra.